Hey, what's up, everybody? Hope you're all doing well today. So, I got into this drone hobby a few years ago, and I don't know, I fell in love with the idea of drones. Now I've had them for a while. I'm like, oh my god, drones, you're fucking so much work. You're just constant work, man. I'm fucking fixing you all the goddamn time. This is literally my second Meteor. It's not even been a month yet. Trashed the little guy. Maybe there's things I can do. I'm not 100% sure because I didn't realize how much work this fucking hobby would be because I'd had a little cheap line of sight drone. I had a few little line of sight drones, and I started off at like fucking 20 quid and then ended up at like 80 quid or something, and I just thought, yeah, this is great fun, woohoo. I was getting into my RC cars and whatnot. That's what this LiPo storage bag's about here. So I was getting into RC cars, and I'd always wanted one as a kid, so I got my son one, and then everyone was like, you really want one as well? And I was like, oh, okay, I'll get it. And then I was kind of hooked. Every single time I went out, I would fuck something up, and you couldn't drive it because of whatever smash it was. So I was repairing it all the time, and whatever part of my brain just decided, oh, drones might be less work, let's do that. But I just kind of fell in love. I watched some Mr. Steele videos, and I just seen, you know, I don't know, just so much fun and joy could come out of this little just these little fucking drone things, man. I've just flown a few packs, 5 packs. I've got 2 on charge. Still got 7 batteries. I would have flown every single freaking battery. For some reason, it started raining in Scotland, of all places. So that sucked. But also, I'd had to go and fetch it because I crashed a couple times. I'll show you the footage anyway. Or at least what is saved, because this can be a bit dodgy at times with what it saves. Also, this stopped working, so that's why I'm kind of had to come back early. I was getting no signal at all from that, so I don't know what was going on. Cool. Right, just get this plugged in. So this is a pretty ghetto setup as well. I bought these goggles secondhand when I bought my first racing drone, which was absolutely traumatic for me. That first racing drone really just made me cry. I loved it. It's a Rodeo 110, beautiful little piece of kit, but see, I don't know. I'm getting like, it's like I'm getting a signal, but I'm not getting anything. Is it these freaking goggles? Oh, what? No ways. It's working again right now. Oh man, so I came in 7 packs early and it's working right now. Why weren't you working out there? I tried a whole bunch of things. Right, well, look, it's working. That's all that matters to me right now. Cool. Everything seems like it's working. The drones got me back into just wanting to be in an airplane again. I was put off for so long, I guess for like nearly 20 years because I hadn't flown. So as I got older in my adult phase, I just got more and more scared of fucking heights and whatnot. I just didn't want to be up there. I didn't want to be in the plane. I don't want to be in the fucking air. I don't, none of it. And then when drones came along, it felt cool. I was like, oh, I'm back up in the air again. Bought myself a Rodeo 110 on Gumtree. My first flight was absolutely fucking horrendous for me, for my brain. It was so scary, that first flight, that I actually put the drone down. I'd been wanting to fly so long FPV that the first time I did it, I fucking crapped myself. It was the scariest fucking thing. But the first time I fucking flew, I shit myself. Just everything at once. Like it felt like your toy, it felt like your new toy. And then also the body experience, like your soul, your body and soul feels like it's flying with this fucking thing. I left my body by like 100 meters. By the time I looked back, I was like, what the fuck, man, what the fuck? I was like, And I have no idea how I got back because I was just no good at acro. Like, I guess it was all instinct. I don't even know how I got out the yard. I don't know how I managed to get back. I just don't know. I really appreciated the adrenaline rush, like, but it took me a few days to kind of calm down. And then I flew again, and when I flew again, I ended up going to a local park, and I fucking flew into a tree. And I was stuck in the tree for like 3 days, and every day I kept going back to the fucking tree again. I was like, yo, I need to get my drone. And I tried coming at night and climbing it. I'd left on my lunch breaks from work and just tried to get up it, and I'd thrown rocks. I'd fucking done all kinds of shit, and I just couldn't get the fucking thing out. I think I even had my Mavic at this point, so I'd flown my Mavic over it and tried to see exactly where it was in the tree and everything. So I was devastated because it was my second time out. Maybe I'd flown like 2 packs in the park already, and I was kind of getting used to it. Well, I thought I was getting used to it, but yeah, I just ended up in the fucking top of the tree, and 3 days went by, kept going back every day, and then I ended up calling tree surgeons who came down with fucking ropes and all their gear, and we got there. It was a super windy day, and I guess the drone had fallen from the sky and fell. So it was right there in front of us, and I was just happy to have it back, but I just thought this hobby is insane. So I got used to flying around the house. I got better at sort of flying around the house, and I wasn't doing any power loops or anything, like any flips or anything. Like up until this point, the drones that I'd had little button, you'd press a button on these little commercial sort of drones, like these sort of things. You just press a little button, and yeah, your drone would do a flip, and that would be it. You just go, cool, my drone is doing a flip. There you go. It's a flip, and it would flip, then it would flip. So I was flying around the house on this Rodeo 110, loved it. It was, had the chair set up, and I was flying over and around, and I was kind of getting used to it. And then to learn FPV with a 4-inch freestyle drone is stupid. And I learned to fly in the house. So by the time I got outside, the garden's not that big. So I was trying to learn these power loops in the garden, and like that 4-inch thing would fly fucking high. I was having fun just flying around the garden, and every chance I'd get, once a week or whatever, I was getting to fly this thing around, and I was going up to law and whatnot and trying to learn up there, and I really didn't know what I was doing, and I was having fun, but I had no idea. Like diversity, RFA, B. I just didn't know anything about anything analog goggles. I was just trying to fly. I was just trying to learn to fly, and I hadn't spent any time in simulators, so it was a bit of a harrowing experience. But I remember having to wait for parts coming from China all the time, and I was just going out my mind. Like, I just kept breaking it, and like, oh, I need new motors now, and cool, put new motors on it, and like, oh, I've destroyed all my props, and like having to wait weeks for stuff to come back. And I remember one day I was learning, just thought I was flying around in the garden again, and I thought, let me learn one of these backflip things. Let's do it. Today we're doing it. And I flew up, and I fucking flipped around, and I just remember seeing the ground, and like my hands didn't know what to do, and it just fucking powered straight into the ground. And I broke the camera. I didn't break an arm, but I broke the motor, and I was just devastated. I remember just taking the goggles off, walking up to it, picked it up, put it in its box, and I put it in the loft, and I left it for 5 years. I was like, that's it. I've had enough. I've had enough. So to say that learning to fly a drone was traumatizing. It was traumatizing for me because I really thought it was going to be simple. I thought I could just jump into this. I don't need any simulator stuff. And the funny thing is that after my drone was broken, that's when I started flying on a simulator. And then after maybe about a couple weeks, the idea of getting back to a drone again, I was just like, you know what? I've logged like 6 hours of simulator time. I don't want to break anything else, and I've got too much work, so I put everything in the box for 5 years. But yeah, I've been getting back into it again. The longer I watched, you know, every now and again I'd watch a drone video or something, and I always wanted a little tiny whoop. Like, I've seen people flying these tiny whoops, and I'm like, wow, that looks like so much fun. It's like a big drone, but just in this little compact thing. And I didn't think it would be equivalent to having a big drone, and it totally is. Like, it's awesome. Doesn't go as fast, don't get me wrong, but this is a powerful little thing, and this thing can zip at like 40 miles an hour. Like, this will fucking go fast, just pew, like really, really quickly. So I can't wait to start diving some buildings with it. Been doing a lot of, you know, just trying to get back into it again and whatnot. So I think now that it's working, I'm probably going to go and fly out in the garden quick and have a little, you know, a little fucking kick around out there. But yeah, wow, what a little world. Let's get this plugged in. Amazing. As fun as that was, of course it ended in disaster. That's for him.